Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's lightning takes. And let's get right to the news.
First bit of news, Star Wars Starfighter is already set to be done filming by the end of December.
So, you're saying it's actually going to come out?
It
We're going to
really,
get back to back years of Star
it
Wars movies
feels
after
like it,
no Star
right?
Wars movies in 6 years.
I mean, I believe in it now.
I don't believe. I've said before,
I
until I'm
thought I
actually
thought
sitting in the
announcing
theater and the opening music blares and we see Star Wars, I won't believe I'm going to actually see a Star Wars movie in the
I
theater.
kind of had faith in it ever since we heard Ryan Gosling was going to be in it. I was like, he's a hot guy in the Hollywood community. He's a name. He had some successful stuff come
Well,
out.
he's
He's
just,
always been a top guy.
he's that heartthrob guy.
Yeah. And then they're like, here he is with an X-Wing, ladies. But I do think it's going to happen. I'm excited because being done filming means they start moving into things that work towards promotional material.
Well, it's a ways out.
I
They're not going to really
know.
promote. I mean, we've heard a lot of tidbits and we've heard it announced, but I don't think we really see any kind of push until late next year.
Yeah, after Mandalorian and Grogu, then they'll start going, hey,
Yeah.
Starfighter, anyone? Either way, I'm there for it. I'm going to be covering any piece of news I can find for it because of my level of excitement. Moving on to something else that's related to X-Wings. Rogue Squadron. Yeah, we're talking about Rogue Squadron
Patty
again.
Jenkins, Rogue Squadron, yeah.
Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, which rumor has it is going back to the drawing board, and it's not coming out to theaters. Yes, that's right. It's being retooled as a Disney Plus series. Yeah.
Okay.
Rogue Squadron was announced in 2020. Patty Jenkins was all in for this. We talked about it.
They had a little promotional trailer thing,
Yeah,
too. With her.
she talked about how much it meant to her because her dad was a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
And so I really believed this was happening. And then all of a sudden, she's like, well, hey, I'm working on Wonder Woman 3. I'm working on Cleopatra. Neither of those things happened. Both of them fell apart. I wonder if Wonder Woman 2 had anything to do with it.
Yeah. 1984 Wonder Woman,
Oh,
yeah. May have had a small bit to do with that.
2022, they put Rogue Squadron on hold. And then they said, hey, it's in active development again. And then they're like, well, we're working on Starfighter, so priorities
Yeah, it's kind
shifted.
of... Do you think they would have... We don't know what Starfighter is really going to be about, why it's called Starfighter. We know Ryan Gosling is protecting a kid, because that's what Star Wars is all about these days. But do you think there's a possibility of a connection between Starfighter and Rogue Squadron? I mean,
Is he
once
the
upon a
last
time...
Starfighter?
That's a good movie.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, once upon a time, they had said what they wanted to do was have a bit of a crossover between the shows and the movies where they could use the same sets, maybe some of the same actors, and, they could play into things a little MCU style, shall we say.
It would save them some money, too.
It would save them a lot of money.
Quite a number of assets.
Yeah, so is there any possibility that Rogue Squadron has something to do with Starfighter and could be a continuation of it or a prelude to it or
Possibly.
something?
Why
Not that you're going to get like Ryan Gosling to do a random Disney Plus series, but he may get into cameo or something in there. Or be in there to some degree, right?
I'd be okay with that. Well, here's what Jenkins said in March of 2025. So, when I left Star Wars to do Wonder Woman 3, I thought maybe I'll come back to Star Wars after Wonder Woman 3. So, we did a deal for that to happen, but I thought I was doing Wonder Woman, and when that went away, Lucasfilm and I were like, oh, we gotta finish this deal. We finished the deal right as the strike was happening. Remember the big...
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I owe a draft of Star Wars, and so we'll see what happens there. Who knows? It's hard. They have a hard job in front of them. What they're going to do first, whether it's a movie, we have directors we've been working with. I know, I'm back on Rogue Squadron. We'll see what happens. We need to develop, get it to where we're both happy with it.
That sounds very...
Well, it sounds like she owes them at least a draft that they have a deal set up.
Yeah.
There's a contract, she has to deliver something.
Yeah, and if she's got nothing else on the plate, she may as well try the best she can to get this off the ground.
I wonder if they'll use, the old synopsis. Originally, when they were talking about Rogue Squadron, it was described as a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing, high-speed thrill ride.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Space
Gun, yeah.
Space Top Gun.
Space Top Gun. So would she turn this into a series? I mean, she sounds like she's talking about just delivering them a script of a movie and kind of, if it goes somewhere, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, kind of thing.
Well, and if they are really doing this as a Disney Plus project, We have nothing on the Disney Plus slate for live action for 2027.
We have nothing. I
So
mean,
if they truly are working on developing this again, as this rumor suggests, this could be our 2027 show.
well, what's interesting is you bring up how this was announced in 2020, and back in 2020,
Hmm.
they announced like a bunch of upcoming shows and movies, actually.
Yeah.
They haven't done that in a while. We don't know what the future of Star Wars on Disney Plus looks like beyond Ahsoka season 2
Hmm.
next year. So, could be there's something here. I mean, you would assume something is in the works beyond Ahsoka
Hmm.
season 2, even if it's in early development.
Well, and to continue my detective work, Oscar Isaac is out doing the press tour for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that he's in, and they talked to him about Star Wars.
Of course.
And he had nothing but nice things to say, which Oscar Isaac has not always
No,
said the
his thought, yeah.
nicest things in the past.
Well, he was the one who joked if he needed another
Hmm.
house, he might come back to Star Wars. So,
Yeah. What the common thread throughout their conversation about Star Wars was that he was reminiscing and enjoying his memories of being on production, working with people who were there, how much pride they took in, especially in The Force Awakens, and that early work, and how much camaraderie he found with, especially with Finn. It's interesting to have him talking about Star Wars in such a positive light. Now we're hearing about Rogue Squadron. Maybe
Poe
Poe
is the
Dameron
Rogue
is
Squadron leader.
the squad leader, the guy who is in charge of training the new hot shot pilots, and he'll learn a little something because he himself was a hot
Still
head
is.
pirate.
It's not, he's
Pirate?
past tense.
Pilot, not
And he was
pirate.
a, yeah, he was a smuggler too. There's a lovely book.
Hmm. So really, that's just me connecting a bunch of dots and trying to make a picture out of random
Yeah,
pieces of information.
you're taking like three probably entirely separate things, and but
Mm.
I mean, would it be cool if they tried to have some sort of game plan they bring back? If we're going post sequel trilogy, which I know that gets an eye roll from a lot of people already, but maybe you got Rogue Squadron
Hmm.
happening. Maybe you somehow get Oscar Isaac in to be a part of it. Maybe it somehow connects to Starfighter. Maybe that's part of the reason it's called Starfighter is because it wants to set up some other stuff at the same
Right.
time. I don't know. That would be a lot of planning for them. And we know planning is not their
It's not their
specialty.
forte now.
No, not at all.
No, instead I'm doing all their planning for them. They just have to watch the
Yeah,
videos here and they will get an entirely interesting
I
picture
feel like
painted for what the future of Star Wars could hold.
and I understand it's not easy making movies and show. I get it's not an easy job. We kind of give them a lot of grief sometimes for
Hmm.
really, really hard job. But sometimes I think YouTubers, and I'm not saying necessarily just us, but YouTubers, fans, wherever you want to go, we have some really good ideas. And it's,
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, if they would just listen, maybe, maybe something good would come of it. But for now, that's going to be all we got for you this time. Your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about any and all of this news. Do you think there's any connection here? Probably not. But maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.